We're living through this incredible economic shift right now. I mean, the basic rules of business, the very definition of what it even means to be successful, they're being totally rewritten. Everything that worked for the last decade, it's pretty much obsolete now. A new era is here. And today, we're going to break down exactly what it takes to survive and thrive in it. This image, it just says it all, doesn't it? On the left, you've got that shattered horn of a unicorn. That symbol of a billion-dollar company, often without a single penny of profit. And then on the right, you have the camel. It's sturdy, it's resilient, and it's literally built to survive in the toughest environments imaginable. This isn't just some clever metaphor, folks. This is the new reality. And this quote right here, this is the absolute core of the whole shift. Just let that sink in for a second. Hype, the story you tell, it's worthless as a currency now. The only thing that matters is EBITDA. Now, don't worry about the acronym. Put simply, it's a measure of your company's actual real-world profit. It's the cash you make from your day-to-day operations. And that's the only North Star that matters anymore. People are calling this period the Great Realignment. And it really is like a massive tectonic shift in the financial world. It's forcing every single company, from tiny startups to the huge giants, to adapt. And there is no middle ground here. You either realign with this new reality or you get left behind. It's that simple. For about 10 years, the global economy was basically like a giant party with an open bar. Seriously, money was practically free. So companies were encouraged to just spend wildly, to grow at any cost, chasing market share and flashy headlines instead of, actual profit. Well, the party is officially over. The lights are on, and the bill has come due. That whole model is completely and totally broken. So let's just take a quick look back at what I like to call the before picture. This was the age of the unicorn. And it was an environment where the story you told was often way more valuable than the money you actually made. It was all built on a financial mirage. And the fuel for this whole mirage was something called ZIRP, or zero interest rate policy. What that means is central banks kept interest rates near zero, which made borrowing money incredibly cheap. So investors could just throw cash at companies, letting them burn through billions, all in this relentless pursuit of super fast and, let's be honest, completely unprofitable growth. Now this is what's really crazy about that time. How did we measure success? It wasn't by profit. It was by how many employees you had or how big and fancied your office was. The perception of success became the actual goal. A lot of these so-called businesses were really just good stories kept alive by a constant IV drip of investor money. But now, a new animal has come to navigate this economic desert, the camel. This is the new blueprint for success. Its core traits, we're talking resilience, efficiency, survival, they are perfectly suited for the harsh climate we find ourselves in today. And this chart just lays it out perfectly. A unicorn? Its goal was hypergrowth. Its fuel was cheap VC money. Its North Star was hype. But a camel? Its goal is profitability and resilience. Its fuel is its own cash flow, real earnings. And its North Star is solid profit margins. The entire environment changed, so the business model had to change right along with it. Okay, so if the old model is dead, what's taking its place? Well, this new era, it operates on a totally different set of rules. And we can really break it down into 3 core shifts happening in the market. These are the 3 big shifts you absolutely have to get your head around to win today. First, technology isn't just for the big guys anymore, it's for everyone. Second, the money, the capital, it's gotten a whole lot smarter and way more demanding. And third, the thing that gives a business its edge, its moat, has completely changed. Let's kick things off with tech. What does this number mean? 40 to 60%. That is a massive reduction in the time it takes to get a new product to market. And it's all thanks to AI. I mean, what used to take a huge team of engineers can now be done by just a few people. So here's the key takeaway. The raw code itself is becoming a commodity. It's not the secret weapon anymore. Now for that second shift, smarter capital. Look, investors are not impressed by complicated, made-up metrics anymore. They want one thing, and one thing only: free cash flow. This is the actual, hard cash that's left over after a business pays all its bills. It's the ultimate proof that your business is healthy, that it's sustainable. No more smoke and mirrors. And that leads us right into the third shift, the new competitive moat. So if anyone can build technology super fast, how do you actually defend your business? Well, the answer isn't about what you build anymore. It's about how you operate.
Your real advantage comes from being incredibly efficient and making your service so vital to your clients that leaving you would be a massive headache.
Okay, I know these ideas can sound a little high level, a little abstract, so let's bring it right down to ground level. How is this shift creating a whole new generation of winners among everyday small and medium-sized businesses? So the biggest enemy for a lot of these businesses is something I call the chaos tax. Now, this isn't a tax from the government. Oh no, this is the profit that is silently leaking out of a business every single day because of inefficiency. We're talking messy email chains, manual data entries, systems that don't talk to each other. It is the silent killer of your margins. And this is what it actually looks like in the real world. I mean, just think about that immigration consultant wasting a third of their day just trying to manage communications, or the construction owner who has no clue if a multi-million-dollar project was even profitable until weeks after it's done. That is the chaos tax right there, just eating up all the profit. But here's the beautiful paradox. All that chaos in big, bloated companies, it's creating a massive opportunity for the little guys. These lean, tech-savvy businesses are swooping in and winning huge contracts from the giants. Why? Because they're agile, they're focused, and they are frictionless to work with. In this new world, being small just means you're fast and you're not weighed down by corporate baggage. It's basically a superpower. And all of this leads us to our final and honestly the most critical takeaway. We have got to completely rethink what it means for a business to be big. The old way of measuring it isn't just outdated, it's actually toxic. The new yardstick is something called operating leverage. To put it simply, it's a measure of how profitable you are per employee. It's not about how many people you have on the payroll. It's about how much value each one of those people generates. Having high operating leverage, that's the ultimate sign of a healthy, efficient business in this new economy. And this table just turns all the old ideas completely upside down. Just look at this. You have two companies, right? Both are making $5 million a year, but Company A has 100 people and is just drowning in chaos. Company B, it has 3 people, running on perfect automated systems. So let me ask you, which one is truly bigger? By the old metrics, you'd say Company A, no question. But by the new rules of stability and efficiency, no way. Company B is the real medium-sized business. Company A is just a fragile little micro-enterprise that's about to collapse under its own weight. So the most important point is this. The future doesn't belong to the companies that hire armies of people to do manual, messy work. It belongs to the ones who turn their entire business, sales, operations, customer service, the whole shebang, into a piece of flawless, efficient, operating code. And that leaves us with one final question for you to think about. As you look at your own industry, maybe even your own company, you have to ask yourself, in this brand new era, are you building a mythical unicorn, one that's destined to shatter? Or are you building a resilient camel, one that's ready for the long, hard journey ahead?